Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we have my second trimester part 1 recap. I have my water in my hand. I think I can put it down because I'm going to talk with my hands. Hold on. Okay. I can reach that. Okay. So I decided to do my second trimester recap into 2 parts because when I filmed part 1, I felt like there was just so much information in one video that it was just a really long video, and I don't like filming videos that long. I also don't feel like it's that enjoyable for you, the viewer, so I feel like I might as well keep it simple and sweet and break it up into 2 parts because trimesters are fairly long. Trimesters are, I believe, 14 weeks long. That's a long time. I did decide to do this video in 2 parts. So this will be part 1. This will be going over weeks 13 through 20 of my pregnancy. We are currently in week 20, so we are officially at the halfway point. Woo! I'm happy because I feel very blessed to have been having a very good pregnancy so far. And obviously I'm very excited to have our baby with us already. But I'm also a little like bittersweet, sad moment because it goes by so fast, and I'm gonna say the annoying thing, and this could change later. I don't know. I'm still fairly new to this whole pregnancy thing, and maybe later on my song and tune will change. But I'm gonna be one of those annoying people. I'm gonna say it, and I'm expecting a huge eye roll from many, but I have really enjoyed pregnancy so far. It has been quite the adventure and journey. I feel very lucky to be able to say that, but I am enjoying it, and I feel like I am gonna miss it once it's over. So let's get into this second trimester and what I've experienced, the changes I'm going through, products that have helped me that might help you. So week 13, definitely nothing too crazy going on there, but I would consider that the week that I popped. I think that it just looks like I gained weight. Danny says that if he were to see me out in public, he's like, I just would think that's your body. Like, I wouldn't think that's a baby bump. Like, I don't look at you and think like, oh, pregnant lady. And that's been kind of like, okay, I guess, but I'm actually like a little frustrated because I don't get the pregnancy sympathy from other people just yet. For people who don't know me, I had a booking a couple weekends ago, and I mean, even though I'm still very active and, you know, working out, whatever, I am being cautious not to like do anything that's gonna put me in harm's way. And naturally, I'm a huge klutz. So I had a booking at this girl's house. She had a huge flight of stairs, and my train case is fairly large. It's about like literally more than half the size of me. And so because I saw that we had to go up some stairs, I asked one of her family members, I guess, who lived with her, it was a young gentleman, if he could help me carry up my train case. And he gave me a look of like, okay, I guess. Like, I guess he just thought I was like, oh, please help me with my bags, like trying to be very foofy about it. But it's because I didn't want to risk tripping down a flight of stairs with this big old train case and myself and put me or the baby at risk. So he got this little girl to help carry the train case was basically as tall as her. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I like helped her a little bit too, but you know, I don't get that like, oh, let me help you with that, ma'am, or like sit here, like take my seat, because it's like to people, it's just like, I don't look pregnant. But during week 13 is when I definitely was on the struggle bus trying to find outfits. Some stuff that I had been able to still wear or were like, just no. Even Danny was just like, yeah, that doesn't look like right. So I think that was the week that I for sure had like a growth where I do feel like probably my uterus was popping out more. At this point, I had asked my doctor when we'd be able to tell the gender, and she said more than likely at my next visit, they would probably be able to tell through the sonogram. Not 100% sure, but she was like, more than likely at that week, you'll be able to probably tell. So then the next week, week 14, literally nothing has changed. Although I did start to experience more round ligament pain. It was the first time really experiencing that. And it is a very weird, low, sharp pain that's like very just close to your groin area. I had a feeling it was just round ligament pain. I think I mentioned this in my last video. But definitely something I still asked the doctor about the next time I saw her. She's like, yeah, it's totally fine. Like, that's definitely normal. She was like, as long as you don't feel like cramping sensations, like a menstrual cramp. She was like, that's the kind of pains that we're more concerned about, but growing pains are super normal. So Then the following week was gonna be my next prenatal visit, and I was very excited because this would be the week that we'd be able to hopefully tell through the sonogram. So at this visit, I was like very nervous in the sense to go in because one, I was like, okay, what if they can't tell? And if they can't, it's no big deal, like whatever. But if they can tell, I was afraid that I would be able to tell. So I did ask the doctor, I was like, what are the chances that like I know what to look for? Because I'm not a doctor or a sonographer. Like I don't know what to see on the screen to determine whether if it's male or female. Because at that size of a baby, I don't think their genitalia looks like, you know, what we're used to seeing. So she was like, you know, some parents can tell, some can't. So she's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. And I was like recording it, obviously, because I go to these visits by myself. Danny's not allowed to go with me. And I'm recording it for him. And I was like, should I look at the screen? Should I look away? Like, what do I do? But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna look. She's obviously not gonna tell me. She knows that we wanted to be a surprise, that we're doing a gender reveal. So I was just like, I'm gonna act dumb. Like if I think I see something, maybe I'll think it's, you know, one thing, but I'm not gonna be like, okay, just tell me. I have a lot of patience and a lot of self-control. So she does the whole thing and she's talking to me and then she's like, okay, she's like, got it. And she was asked me, you know, did you see anything? I think it's in the video clip, which I'll insert. And I was like, I don't know. And I had a feeling like I saw something, but I was like not sure. And I just didn't want to ruin the surprise to myself. So that was that. I'll insert that video clip here at that prenatal visit. And I won't be able to like see anything, right? Like I won't know what to look for.
Some people have been able to tell.
No way.
But I mean,
I was like thinking about that last time. I was like, what if I can see something? But I'll just act.
And what are you hoping for?
I like the idea of a boy, but I mean,
as long as it's healthy, right?
Yeah, like honestly, like I have a feeling it's a boy, but if it's not, I mean, that's just a greater surprise.
Okay. Everything's fine. I'll put it on the heart for you.
Okay.
So this baby's looking down.
Uh-huh.
So does Dad want a boy too?
He says, well, he doesn't have a preference, but he's like, I have visions, like, whenever we're, like, with our kid or something, that it's a little girl. But he's definitely, like, a man's man, so I know at some point he's like, I for sure want a boy, though.
Eventually.
Yeah, he's like, but whatever God gives us.
Yeah. As long as it's healthy, that's what I told her. With all the stuff we see. But yeah, I already saw it.
Okay.
So that's a little profile view right there. So then we'll go get an envelope for you.
Okay.
And doctor will be right in. Also, I think you're due for some blood work too.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you see any?
Okay, so I just got back from my doctor's appointment and we are week 15, and today was the day that, fingers crossed, we were going to be able to tell the gender of the baby through the sonogram. I was really nervous last night. I was kind of thinking, oh my gosh, what if they can't tell yet? But they were able to tell, so I'm super excited. So we have results right here. I can't wait. I am like dying to open it, but I obviously am not going to. We're going to do our reveal in about a week, so a little more than a week, next Saturday. But yeah, here's baby, looking all plump and good. I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely kind of like really peeking and trying to really analyze the sonogram when she was doing it. I feel like I saw something. I feel like I know, but I don't want to ruin the surprise for myself, so we'll see. My gut feeling is still boy, in case I haven't said that already, but either way, we are excited no matter what the gender is. I mean, we're looking forward to just having a baby in general, so we'll see. So there you can have it. If you guys were able to tell, I don't know, but there was definitely a point in that like little clip that I was like, So at this point, my round ligament pain actually started to really subside. And I would just make sure to kind of like stretch out a little bit in the mornings and stuff, or whenever I felt like the pain. I also had a little bit of like sciatic nerve pain. I would just make sure to put my magnesium cream on my lower back or like my butt, and it really helped, and it just started to subside on its own. So at this point, and still at this point, I have yet to have any more round ligament pain. And then my heartburn that I had in the first trimester that I talked about definitely like subsided at this point. So then the next week, it is week 16. That was our gender reveal week. So we did what will it be themed. So it's like with the actual like, you know, bees. And I have some clips of us getting things ready in here. And we just had a very small, intimate gathering at our home in our backyard with literally, we're only allowed 10 people right now for like outdoor private residence events. So it was just me, our siblings, our parents, and my best friend, because she was the one that was gonna see what the gender was first. So I had been taking everyone's votes on what they thought it was. And so it was pretty split, not gonna lie. I don't know if that's because some people just had a feeling or because that's what some people wanted, but it was definitely down the middle. Even Danny and I were split. I'll insert some of those clips here of us getting ready, how we did our little bee. We actually did our beehive ourselves. We just looked up the video on how to make one. I'll link it down below. But so it was pretty fun. So here's what everything looked like and the actual reveal. Okay, so today is finally gender reveal day. I'm so excited. So I just decided to take the day off because even though we're having a really small, intimate get together here at our place in our backyard, you know, things still need to be done no matter if you're having a small or large gathering. But even with a small gathering, I just gotta take time to clean, and I still have some last minute errands I need to run. So I'm going to go ahead and head out and just get those last minute items and then pick up the cake, which I'm so excited for, and start decorating when we come back and get ready. So I'm so excited. We are just about ready to get this show on the road. Everything is set up and everyone should be coming around 7. It is already 6:35 or so. So I'm gonna take some quick photos and yeah, it's almost here. Which I did mention in my last video. Wasn't like I had already announced this on social media, so filming this video and posting it, it's definitely no surprise at this point. But what's so cool about that, or cool in my eyes, was that literally like early on, week 7 or 8, I remember we were leaving church and I told Danny, I said, I know this is gonna sound weird because it's so early and there's just like no way to tell. I said, but I just have a feeling that it's a boy. And I was right. So it was pretty crazy. So then the following week is when we really started to like, okay, now let's get the registry started. So we have decided to build our registry with babylist.com. It's really cool, really fun and convenient because it's an app where you can literally pull your registry from Target, Amazon, Walmart, wherever you have into one place. You can even set up like just money tree donations. So it gives you a lot of options, a variety. And let's say you have like something listed, when your guests go on to shop to buy you a gift, it'll actually show them all the places it's available, so they can actually do some smart shopping also and get the best deal possible. Now, as far as symptoms are going on, definitely my sinuses have been kind of crazy, which is annoying, especially during this time of, you know, Corona. But I normally have allergies anyway, but when you are pregnant, you actually do produce more mucus. So at night is when I would start to get a lot of sinus, which means I ended up actually developing snoring. And some nights it happens, some nights it doesn't. Like today and last night, the past few nights actually, I've been feeling great, I can breathe, everything. But then there's just like random nights where I'm just like clogged up and I have to wear those little breathe right strips. And I'll be snoring as I'm dozing off. So it's kind of funny because I'm not typically someone who snores ever. And then speaking of sleep, the dreams I've been having lately have been so, I hear people say they have like weird pregnancy dreams. I don't know if I would say mine are weird necessarily, but my dreams are definitely so emotionally charged. And I feel like the feelings that I'm feeling in the dream are so real that when I wake up, I'm like, whoa, I feel like that was real life. Like, and it could be any emotion. I could be extremely happy, sad, worried, angry. It just depends on what the dream was. But in that dream, I can feel those emotions so hard. And then frequent peeing has been a normal from the very beginning of this pregnancy. It's even more, it's increased more now. So definitely there's some nights where I have to get up and pee like 3 times before I'm actually like down for the night. And then I always wake up, I don't even check the time because I just get up to go pee. But I'm assuming it's probably early, like 5, 6, or 7 in the morning that I get up to go pee, just come back to bed. So far it's only been 1 bathroom break in early mornings. I'm assuming it's gonna get a lot worse. So that's something I've always like mentally prepared for because that's what everyone tells me. And then week 18, I had my next prenatal visit.
So we just got back from a doctor's appointment, and this was we're in week 18. Okay, first of all, week 18. So my doctor had scheduled me for an anatomy scan of the baby, which is a normal routine scan and thing that they do. But it's usually done between weeks 18 to 22. More than likely, if my lips was all jacked up, I was just eating, that's why. But more than likely it's around week 20. 18 weeks is still a little early, so she kind of made it clear to me, like, even though we're gonna do this today, we may not like see everything we want to see. She's like, so we'll probably have to do it again anyway, like within, you know, a few weeks or so. And which is fine, because honestly for me, I think I mentioned this in my last video, but I've been like so thankful that, you know, my appointments have been, you know, regularly scheduled, and each time I go in I get to see baby and make sure that everything's okay. It's really given me a lot of peace of mind, you know, knowing that not all women right now are getting that same kind of care due to the pandemic. So super thankful. So yeah, I went in, and sure enough, I mean, it was still a little early. Did get to see a lot of in-depth stuff about baby. So we got to see development of, you know, different parts of the body and the organs. So he's doing good. So that's all I needed to know to make this, you know, a good trip, a good doctor's appointment. But I will be back in 3 weeks. So I'll be 21 weeks. So we'll be a week over the halfway point, which is insane to me because I feel like I was just recording my first doctor's visit, you know, not too long ago. And yeah, we'll actually have a lot more to see and talk about then, but as of now, everything is good. Everything's good, and that's all I can ask for. So that's it.
So yeah, and then the next week, week 19, definitely growing. I decided to do a little weigh-in, check in myself. I do weigh myself at least once a week, if not every other week, just to make sure I am actually gaining the proper amount of weight. You know, it's a weird in-between thing. You're supposed to gain so much, but you can't gain too much either. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely trying my best to follow my recommended weight gain as, you know, steady as possible without like spiking too much or like without gaining any weight. So so far my last weigh-in was week 19 and I am at 141-ish. Actually, let me get my app and I'll show you. I've been using my app with the thermometer that I came with that I mentioned in my last video about our journey to conceiving. Once you're pregnant, you can mark like, okay, I'm now pregnant, and it'll change into kind of like a pregnancy app for you. So my last weigh-in, I was at 141, and at this point I have gained a total of 11 pounds. So you can kind of see here, oh, I don't know if you can see because it's kind of bright. So it definitely like charts and it gives you like the recommended like curve that you're supposed to be gaining on. So far I've been in that curve, and you just don't want to like go above it too much or like below it too much. So I think it's really good to indicate exactly where you are at in your pregnancy as far as your weight gain. Now, since this week is currently week 20, again, nothing's really changed except for the way I sleep is now definitely have to be more mindful of it. Thank God, like I have been getting restful sleep. but I can't complain about my sleep. I've been sleeping totally fine. But now I'm noticing like, okay, if I lay on my back directly, it can either be like a little hard for me to breathe, or I can actually feel my body pumping my blood like hard. And I mean, your body is now pumping more blood, and it's working that much harder to make sure your blood is circulating right throughout your body to get to baby, everything. So it is working harder than it is pre-pregnancy. But when I lay on my back is when I can actually feel like my heart beat and like the pump of the blood. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And then they do say like around this time is when, you know, your uterus has already grown to a point where if you lay on your back, you can kind of put pressure on the placenta, which can cut off baby circulation a little bit. So you got to be careful not to be on your back for too long of a period of time. But definitely like at night, it's hard to control which way you move. So at night, if I wake up or whatever and like to turn and I find myself on my back, I don't freak out. I just kind of like, okay, I turn on my side. And the best side for me to lay on, and the one that's recommended, is my left side. So I'm so glad I got that pregnancy pillow early, because I just love that thing so much. And I'm not gonna lie, there's been times in the morning where I'm waking up. So like it has two sides, right? I showed you guys the pillow. Well, I'm like on my left side, and guess who's hugging the other side? Yeah, Danny. So he's like cuddled up next to the other side of the pregnancy pillow. So I'm like, okay. And then here comes Wesley. He'll use like, I'm like, oh my God. So like we're all using the pregnancy pillow. And other than that, as far as my feeling, like I've been feeling fine. The only thing is like now I feel like, because we're getting to that, when we're at the halfway point, that's like a long ways from like when you first find out you're pregnant to now. And then now you have like just half ways to go. Your body is going through a lot already. So for me, I had to like really take it in. And it was funny because just last week I was telling my friend, I was like, man, I would have thought my boobs would be bigger by now, you know? And I was like, should I be concerned? Like, I just feel like they haven't really grown that much. But then I'm like, well, everyone grows differently. I don't know. Maybe mine won't even be that big. So literally this past week, I noticed that my boobs were itching so much, and usually itching skin means the signs of stretching skin. So I was like, okay. And I had bought little like comfort bras. They're just very loose, but just something to wear at night, because I do oil up everything at night and put creams and lotions. And so I just wanted something to cover my breasts to help support them slightly, and just so I don't get my clothes all stained and oily. This week I put it on, and I was doing something, and I was just like, what is going on? Like, why do my boobs so weird? Flopped out of it, like flopped out. And I was like, oh my God. And then like almost every single bra I was wearing, I was just so uncomfortable. I was like, I think, you know, I need to remeasure myself. I remeasured myself this week because I was gonna go buy new bras, and oh my God. Pre-pregnancy, I was wearing like a 34A. My new size currently is like a 36D. I had to remeasure myself so many times because I just could not believe it. And I still like look in the mirror and I'm like, are you sure? But like, no, I mean, my boobs have grown exponentially. So it's been crazy, like adjusting to that, because I'm not used to having that on my chest. It's definitely been an adjustment. So as far as like stretch marks and stuff like that, my breasts have definitely gotten stretch marks. Nothing bad. And like I said, since I've always been very small in the chest, I've had stretch marks on my boobs for like a long time, like ever since like I started puberty. But I got new bras and totally feeling the comfort now, because man, was I starting to get like really uncomfortable in my old bras. And other than that, physical changes have been, I've noticed on my legs, I get a lot more spider veins. So that's common in pregnancy, spider veins and varicose veins. Varicose veins are the ones though that are like very thick and they can kind of like raise above the skin. Spider veins are where they're flat, your skin texture doesn't change, but you can see the very dark purple green veins, and they're very tiny, but you know, noticeable, especially because I'm super fair. And I had a feeling that was gonna happen because it's hereditary. My grandma has them pretty bad on her legs. So I was like, okay, most of them can go away after pregnancy. I don't know if mine will or not, but for me, I'm just like, okay, that just means like I need to be extra cautious about like the swelling in my legs and feet, hands, and just make sure my blood is circulating properly. So I decided to go ahead and I actually bought compression socks a few weeks prior to like really noticing the spider veins, because just to prepare in case I wasn't gonna need them for later on. And so I actually bought some, which I'll show you guys which ones I bought. And I'll show you a few other products right now that have been helping me get through this first part of the second trimester. So everything will be linked down below, but these are the compression socks that I bought. I got them off of Amazon. And I like it because it was a pack of, I believe, 5 different pairs. And they all have like solid colors and different prints to choose from. So I thought they were pretty cute. And they actually do offer a lot of compression onto, you know, your feet and your calves. And what I like about it too is not like I'm only gonna wear them now, because you can definitely wear them to like work out in after a long day, like once, you know, maybe baby's here. Along with the compression socks, I'm just making sure that if I have been standing or sitting for a long period of time, and if I have like 3 to 5 minutes to spare, I'll go ahead and lie down with my feet elevated above my heart. That way, you know, I can just help circulation happening. So that is just something that I've been trying to be proactive about. And then along with that, I did order this also pretty early because I knew I was gonna need it at some point. And I've had a few girls tell me like, you know, I should have ordered that sooner, but I got a belly band. And like I said, I'm not huge right now, but at night my belly grows like crazy big compared to like in the mornings. And we like to go on nightly walks with Wesley. So in order to just help support the belly, I did buy a belly band. And I love it because it actually does offer a lot of relief on the lower back. Again, I will link this down below. Got this also off of Amazon, and they sell different colors, but I just went with classic black because I don't mind wearing it over my clothes if I ever have to, like especially in front of other people, like especially at that point where I feel like if I am gonna need it when I'm that pregnant. And then last but not least, I did get some, well actually I've been taking this before. This is nothing new to pregnancy for me, but I have been more diligent and consistent with taking this because, you know, just to help minimize any stretch marks that will appear or whatever. And my skin in general, I have been just taking my collagen supplement every day. So this one is from Vital Proteins. I like this one. I've also used the one from Gauge Life Supplements, and that one is just as good too. This one is just like in my local store, so I can find it in case I need it whenever I run out. But I put some in my coffee in the morning and sometimes in my oatmeal. It's been doing really good because, like I said, my boobs have stretched out a lot. My stomach, even though it's grown a bit, I still have not yet experienced stretch marks, but I'm definitely expecting to get them just because I don't know how avoidable it is. But, you know, in case it does, this will just help with your skin elasticity. And then also because skincare has changed so much, you have to avoid a lot of harsher products. I just want to make sure my skin is being taken care of. So definitely, and I actually can say that my hormonal acne has gone away so much, and I actually really like my skin these days. Like I can honestly say I do feel like I have that glow happening with the hormones and prenatals and collagen and all that. So that's been cool. I did ask if anyone had questions for me, so I'll go ahead and answer those right now. Have you felt baby move yet? So I can't believe I didn't talk about this, but it's because it's been so recent. I first felt movement towards the last few days of week 19. So literally just last week I started to feel movement. And it's kind of weird because I'm still really expecting and I'm excited for the kicks, because I feel like that is just the movement that's going to be so extra freaky deaky and I'm excited for. It's underwhelming at this point because the movement I feel, it literally feels like just a little worm, like a little tummy rumble that you know is not gas or hunger. It's just like a weird, smooth little feeling sometimes. Will you be having a baby shower? So as of right now, the goal is yes. The climate of things where I live right now, it hasn't been like great, but it's not completely awful. We are able to have outdoor events, which if we do have one, it's gonna be outdoors. Limited number of people, try your best to do it as like socially distant as possible, you know? So if that tone still keeps up until late fall, because we probably have it around late November, early December, then yeah, we'll for sure have one. If for some reason things turn for the worse during this pandemic or my health or whatever, then I already told my mom, like, I don't want to do anything. Like, as much as I, you know, appreciate people wanting to shower me with a party, I would rather use whatever free time I have to work on the nursery. Have you picked a nursery theme? And kind of, in a way, Danny and I know like that we want it to have like a certain color scheme, but as far as like theme, like whether it's like safari theme or this theme, I don't know if it's gonna have like a concrete theme like that, but we definitely want to play with like an accent color and make it more colorful than like very toned down, because I know that's also like kind of a thing right now, is like having a very monochromatic nursery, but I actually want it to be very lively with color. Next question. Hi, we might start trying soon. Any advice? My last video was about our journey to conceiving, so you know that's a helpful video. But just right off the bat, any advice for those that are going to start trying is get yourself mentally prepared. Start doing your research, start talking to other mamas, start talking to women, get yourself in that mindset of what changes are going to happen to your body, your lifestyle, your relationship with your partner. Get yourself prepared, because I feel like that has been what's been helping me so far in making this experience more enjoyable. Also, what's your take on coffee while pregnant? You can have caffeine while you're pregnant. You can have coffee while you're pregnant. Now, you shouldn't have a crazy amount. The recommended is about 200 milligrams a day. So I have my cup of coffee in the morning, and sometimes I don't even finish it. So there you go. Cravings, body odor changes, vivid dreams. Went over the dreams. Body odor changes, no. I can't say I smell any more or less than what I normally do. And cravings, not really. Like I haven't had any craving. To me, a craving is like an overwhelming feeling like you need that right now. I don't get that. I'm just like, that sounds kind of good right now, which has been like peanut butter stuff, I guess. So that's that. But honestly, that's it. How do you feel about the changes in your body, especially after working hard to lose weight? So when I first lost my weight and then the thought of like having kids and stuff, I was actually a little scared, because I was like, man, I just worked so hard to get my body to this like state where I'm very like confident and happy and whatever and healthy. And I was like, I really wouldn't want to get pregnant right now. So that kind of goes back to what I talked about in my last video, where like there was a moment in time where I knew I wanted kids, but I just wasn't really ready yet. And then it was at some point I was like, really thinking about it and really thinking about the changes that your body goes through during pregnancy. And I remember having like a more comfortable feeling with it. Like, you know what? I have seen myself already go through a weight loss, through a maintenance phase, through a bulking phase, through cutting again, through maintaining again. Like I felt so confident in myself, and I feel confident in myself that I know what to do in order to be the healthiest, happiest, confident version of myself. And I feel like I have the knowledge and power and know-how to like get back to whatever. And honestly, I don't even want to say get back to. I know that after I have baby, however long it takes me, whatever journey, my postpartum journey looks like, I'm just confident that I know I'm going to do right by my body. And, you know, I'm going to be gracious to myself, but I have the knowledge to get there. And it's not about bouncing back for me. I know a lot of people say, oh, the bounce back to, you know, your pre-pregnancy body. My pre-pregnancy body is in my past. I'm no longer going to know her. And I'm okay with that. I have a very comfortable feeling with that, because it's all about the new. I feel like I'm going to jump into a new body that I have yet to meet. I don't know what she's gonna look like. I don't know what she's capable of, but I have a feeling she's gonna be just as strong and just as capable of, you know, being happy and confident. And I'm excited to know what that new body's gonna be like. Who knows? It might be better than the old one. Are you guys opting for additional prenatal testing besides the standards? As of right now, no. Until my doctor maybe says like, hey, this is like cause for concern, then we would talk about it more. But because I'm young and I'm healthy and, you know, everything has been going so well so far as developing and everything, we really don't have a strong feeling that we should or want to. And even if we did, it wouldn't change anything for us. That's just how we believe, you know, and what we've decided. But as of right now, no additional testing for us we feel is necessary. Did you ever have morning sickness? If so, when did it go away? Unfortunately, like I'm not much help there because I never had morning sickness. So best and worst pregnancy experience so far. So the best has been like so much just being able to talk about this journey openly and to be able to connect with other moms and just like spread information and love and support has probably been the best. The worst part? I don't know what's the worst. Honestly, I just like really miss having like an adult beverage. But that's been it. Honestly, like that's the one thing where like people are like, ooh, what's gonna be your first postpartum meal? And I'm just like, I don't know, can I have a drink? Is Danny feeling any symptoms? He actually isn't. I don't think he is. He was really looking forward to me having an extreme craving so he could join in on the fun of eating all this fun stuff, but it's been pretty disappointing for him in that sense because like I said, I haven't really had any cravings, so anyways, that is gonna be it for this video. This has been so good so far, so let's pray. I'm praying and hoping that the second half of my second trimester goes just as good, and I'm just, you know, trying to prepare for all of that. But until then, I will see you guys in my next video, which I don't know what it'll be about, but we'll see. Bye.